Okay, today we're going to make pumpkin spice cupcakes, and we're going to start off by preheating the oven to 375. The recipe is from allrecipes.com, and we're going to wash the hands first. So, soap, warm water, Okay, first we're going to add the dry ingredients into the bowl with a sifter on top to help give them lighter, so when you mix the wet ingredients in, it's easier and comes out more even. We're first going to start off by putting 2 cups and 1/4 of all-purpose flour. Then add 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon and 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Then 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. Then 1/2 teaspoon of ground allspice and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, mixed with a tablespoon of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And we're going to sift this through just by going like this and try to work it around the bowl so you can get all the ingredients evenly mixed in the flour. And with the extra lumps in it, you can just crush those up and put them back in, or use another powder with the same amount. Okay, we're going to start by adding 1/2 cup of softened butter. It's mostly melted, still softened. And then 1/2 cup of white sugar, 1/3 cup of brown sugar, 2 eggs that are at room temperature, but first we're going to put in 1 egg at a time. Or just the white yolk. Oh, there we go. Okay. So 1 egg in at a time before you blend it, and then 3/3 cup of milk, and we're going to start blending this. Then add the second egg. You want all the different colors to be mixed in evenly. Now we're going to add our pumpkin puree, a cup of this. Also, before I started preparing the ingredients, I made sure that my hair was tied back since it's long. That way it did not touch any of the food. As you are mixing, you want to make sure that the pumpkin puree does not stick to the sides, but that when it is mixed, it evenly gets distributed into the mixture. It should be the consistency that it would look like before you put it in the dry ingredients. And that's that. We're going to add the mixture into the dry ingredients, and using this, get the rest of it out all the way into the bowl. And the pumpkin puree was what you use to make pumpkin pie, but it's not as sweet, so you have to add sugar to that, and that's what we did. Okay, now blend these ingredients together and start off slowly because there's flour in it. Okay, with all the ingredients mixed in and it does not look like baby food anymore, and you're going to make sure that you use a spatula to scrape the sides off so the flour did not stick to the sides and you got it all blended in together. And then with the oven preheated to 375, we're going to cook it for 25 minutes. Or until golden brown, and fill these up about halfway. Okay, so put in about 2 tablespoons to the cups, or halfway, about the same. Okay, and then do this until it's completely full and put it in the oven. Okay, the mixture was really thick, but it finally got blended together, and we had to add about 1.5 tablespoons of milk just to get it creamier and be a bit thinner. When the cupcakes were drying, I did some cleaning up, so I'm going to wash my hands one more time before I add the icing. Okay, we're going to be making a cream cheese frosting, so we're going to add 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon with a package of cream cheese, also a teaspoon of vanilla extract, then a 1/4 cup of butter softened, three cups of powdered sugar, and then after this we're going to go over to the blender and make sure it's mixed together all the way, and then let it go in the fridge and cool down so it's thicker, and make sure the cupcakes are completely cooled off so it doesn't melt the topping. So we're going to blend the ingredients together slowly first until it's a frosting consistency. And it's hard because the cream cheese is sort of thick. It was too cold. And we're going to get this to a frosting-like consistency, and then we will add it to the cupcakes. Okay, the mixture was really thick, but it finally got blended together, and we had to add about 1.5 tablespoons of milk just to get it creamier and be a bit thinner. Okay, so we took a large Ziploc bag and made it into like a pipette utensil, and we put the frosting cream cheese inside of it, and you cut the tip of it, just a small part, and let's check to make sure they're done. It's been 30 minutes, and nothing came off, so they're done. I'm going to use the cream cheese frosting and coat the top of it. You can put however much you want on. And you can cut it larger so that way you can cover more space on the cupcake if you want, or leave it like that. And then this is a sparkle gel frosting. It tastes, you really don't even taste it, but it looks cool to go on top. I'm going to add this glittery frosting on the top. Decorate it a little bit. Okay, and that will be it for the cupcakes. And here are the finished pumpkin spice cupcakes.